What's going on, people? This is Tasherre Risay, and welcome to Beat Breakdown Episode 9. In this video, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite beats that I've ever made. In all the years that I've been making beats, this is definitely one of my top. We've actually taken a look at beats that I've made recently, but as I promised, we're going to take a look at beats that I've made possibly years ago. So for this one, we're going to take you back to July of 2013. And this was actually week 16 of the weekly homework assignment. Now, for those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, at computermusicacademy.com, we do this thing called the weekly homework assignment. Basically, I give the people 7 days to return a finished product, and I give them instructions along with tools. These tools can be a song to sample, drum samples, instruments, a plugin, concept, idea, blah, blah, blah. So this particular week was actually the second in a series that we've been doing called Sample Mutilation. And with Sample Mutilation, it's basically I give you one song and you can only use the contents of that song. You can't use any other samples, any other songs, any other instruments, only everything that's within that song. And of course, your own drums. So with this particular one, I gave them one of my favorite songs of all time. It's a song by Frank Stallone called Far From Over. Now, you've probably heard this song and have no idea who performed it or where it came from. It actually came from a movie called Staying Alive, starring John Travolta. And those of us who are of age might remember this as somewhat, not exactly, but somewhat of a sequel to Saturday Night Fever. Anyhow, another conversation on another day. Anyhow, I have always wanted to do something with this song. And I ended up finding it, and I gave it to the people and told them to use this and this only for week 16. So for my submission, I basically took multiple parts, layered them, and just did my thing. So I actually went to one part of the song where I got the main part of my song, and I used these samples right here. Let's go down here. This is actually in the middle of the song. So I took that, rearranged it, and came up with this. Yeah. So we got that. Now, once again, you can't use any other instruments or samples or anything. So I wanted to make a bass line. So first off, let me show you what I did there. I got the note length, I got all the chops, glue compressor, and the reverb, and EQ where I'm rolling off the low end. So basically what I did is took this track, this rack, and duplicated it to another track. And the difference is down here, you actually get an auto filter that's pretty low, so I can get the low end out of it, saturator, and an overdrive, and turn this into my bass line. So check this out. It's the same sample. Matter of fact, let's stack it up. Yeah. Okay. Then I took another part of the song. And that's actually at the very end of the song. So rearrange those, and this is what I came up with. Put it all together. Yes. Next thing I did is I went to my drum racks and I pulled a couple of drum samples. Let's got that, and this was actually very simple on the drum pattern. I got this. Very simple, but it worked out. And I got a little glue, little reverb in there. And then you put it all together. Oh yeah. So yeah, that was the verse. And I kept this one pretty simple. Realistically, I think this may have taken me less than 2 hours to get it done. Not a lot of time invested at all because it just all came to me. So that's the verse right there. So I wanted to do something for the hook. So went back, took a couple of other parts of the song, and I got this right here with these samples. And that's kind of in the beginning, not at exactly in the intro, but more in the beginning of the song. Rearranged that, came up with this. And basically I got those panning. I think I did it in the drum racks. Yep. As you can see how far it's panned over. And you know I'm a big fan of panning. I like that stuff. I like messing with people's heads like that. So did that, and you can see the drum rack. You can see the EQ, the low end rolled off, glue compressor, little reverb. Nothing incredibly special. Did that. Went down and got another piece of the puzzle. This is at the very beginning. Got all that, put that together, came up with this. All right, and then in that particular track, we got the note length, drum racks, glue compressor, reverb. Like I said, kept it very simple. Took that, copied it down to another track, copied the rack pretty much exactly. Auto filter, compressor, saturator, overdrive, threw a bass line on it. And this is how it sounds all together. Yep. And one last thing for that, actually took a little bit of the vocal sample and came up with this. This is the end. It's over. It's over. So drum rack, EQ, glue compressor, little simple delay, just a little bit of panning on that, and a little reverb. Kept it pretty simple. Then you throw the drums on top of it, and you got this. This is the end. It's over. That is pretty much it, with the exception of one thing. In the beginning, I wanted to do a little intro, but wasn't sure exactly what, and I played around with a few different things, and I came up with this. I actually took part of the song that's in the middle, if I'm not mistaken, pitched it down a little bit, as you can see here, and came up with this. And that is it, my people. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I definitely appreciate you watching and letting me rant and rave about these old beats, because as I go through this stuff and I show you what I've done, it makes me feel good. You know, it's like, man, bringing back those old memories, or, you know, it just makes me feel good. And hopefully you're being entertained. And most importantly, I'm hoping that you're being inspired. You know, you see something that I do with my beats, and maybe you'd like to implement it into your own, no matter what program you use. But hopefully you're getting something out of it. And if you are, no matter what it is, that makes me feel good. So on that note, I am done, and I will talk to you next time. See ya.